Yes, you say that we are going to a level where we'll have AI machines who can read your emotions and that kind of stuff. But it will only tell you facts.
You're trying to say it will not use lies to solve a conflict.
It's not like it's wisdom.
It shows you that this is a different level.
I think I'm trying to be a devil's advocate in this conversation. Because the fact is there is something that is kind of cutting the process of learning.
Yeah.
And we're just not sure what we can replace it with.
Then other information this AI will just deliver to them.
Exactly.
Some information that they just need to know. This thing we call machine learning.
Yeah.
You see, when I'm using this tool, it is learning my mind.
Exactly.
It is learning what I'm studying.
Yeah.
So it will still even prompt other information that it feels like I need.
You need to know.
I need to know even what the teacher
cannot even do.
And
you see the good thing about this AI now, if you customize it to the students, it can help the students, specific students, with their own unique abilities and weaknesses.
Yes.
Something that the traditional teachers cannot even deliver.
So when we are having that conversation, you see, you are arguing against my point, but yet to give you are yet to give your answer, because now we are saying this is a period of uncertainty. We don't know the role of a teacher.
Yeah.
Now we're trying to imagine the role of a teacher before we even go to the learner themselves.
Yeah.
Let's take an example of parenting. Just the parenting process.
Yeah.
From when the kid is born to the level when they go to school. And maybe they live in your house or they live in the school, the boarding schools we have. And then, at what point do you stop teaching your child as a parent? I mean, I know here we only have one who's
a parent,
who is fully a parent. Yes. Some of us are still in the process. We can define the process later.
Yeah.
But now, you've already started to teach your child what to touch and what not to touch.
Yeah.
You've started to teach your child how to act in front of adults.
Yeah.
And how to talk to... Mannerism. How to talk to fellow kids. How to talk to elderly people. That's what I'm trying to say, the role of a teacher.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I've had Stanley mention the things that teacher can do, like teaching soft skills, which is very, very important. It's very, very important. But the question I can have I can ask Stano is this: then will that pay? Will that pay us if I gain soft skills, like if I know how to behave well, if I have good mannerism, if my teacher teaches me ethics, will I be paid for that? Will I get an employment out of that one? Yeah. As you think about that,
I think that's already employment.
No, I'm okay. AI can teach you that. It can teach you ethics.
Yeah. and also when you come back to the, I mean, we are cycling, of course.
Yeah.
But if you're teaching me how to have good presentation skills, you're teaching me how to go look for a job, or how to present my innovative idea to some investor somewhere.
Yeah.
So, if let's say I'm trying to develop an idea about developing or processing or constructing a television, assembling a television, that is, maybe I have a new way of assembling a television that has never been done before.
Yeah, creative idea.
And I need to sell that to someone so that we can have an industry for assembling television in that special way. That's the point when I need the presentation skills. But we are now talking of an AI tool can assemble televisions in a more efficient way. So it looks like in my pursuit of looking for this investment or job, I am competing against an AI tool.
But Elisa, I need to correct you somewhere. As there, as of now, we are only working with AI. We are not working with AGI. So AI cannot develop new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI is that's the limitation that we have with
That
AI.
is developing new ideas, and in the end, we need a television set.
So I was really trying to follow your point, but you got me
Yeah,
lost somewhere
I
there.
think I get I get what
Yeah.
Amos is saying.
Yeah.
You know, AI is using the information,
That is-
mostly the information
that is already there.
That's already there.
Yeah.
That's
Entirely,
where
not mostly,
that's where
entirely,
a human being comes in to beat AI, and that's why initially I talked about issues of creativity. You see, creativity comes as a result of wanting to do something which you can't do in a normal way. Then you become creative. You think, okay, I can develop this thing that can help me do this. But the problem now, which AI is coming in handy with, is eroding this kind of creativity from people. Because when you become creative, you become innovative. You can invent something. You know, human beings, if human beings have the ability to come up with new inventives
Yeah.
and new things,
Yeah.
which is a limitation to AI.
Yeah.
So if we change our curriculum to teach people other these soft skills, Amos asked me if they will pay.
I'm going to be employed. I have good manners.
Not all of them will pay, but they will help raise human beings which are responsible.
And use
okay,
AI in
okay.
a more ethical way.
Yes, in a more
I see
ethical way.
what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we begin from there. And then
Yeah.
from that point, they will have even the urge
Uh-huh.
to do more than what they think AI can do.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hence
yeah.
maybe innovate
Yeah.
or invent new ideas
Yeah.
and new things. But if we just have AI, a teacher is coming to teach you how to Google
Yeah.
something there,
Yeah.
then this person is not helping you.
It's not very beneficial. It can be help, but short-term help.
Yes.
Yeah. After a while, you'll master the skills of prompt engineering.
Yeah.
And you'll be good. So
Yeah.
not needy.
So we're trying to simplify the role of a teacher to basically teaching soft skills.
And you see also at the end of the day, in as much as I know you want to you believe that the role of a teacher is not going to be replaced, but if a teacher cannot teach chemistry, if they cannot teach biology,
He believes that AI is not a threat. It's
You
more
people, you
helpful.
people are saying what you think I believe.
So what is it that you believe?
I'm here to say what I believe, yet you're already making assumptions about
Okay.
what I believe. So, just coming back to my point.
Yeah.
And I wish you answer me so that you can say what I believe.
We're going to answer
I
you.
am aware that we have
Yeah.
AI tutoring you can get.
Yeah, yeah.
It can teach you chemistry, physics,
Yeah.
anything, mathematics.
Any subject, even nuclear physics.
Even the manners we're talking about, it
Yeah.
can teach you.
Yeah.
You need to act like this. When you're seated, you need to sit like this.
Yeah.
When you're walking, you're presenting, you need to present when you're upright, and your shoulders, your chin is looking straight ahead. So it can also teach manners. It can also teach ethics. The way you've said.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the role of a teacher, I'm trying to ask, what's the role of a teacher? Should the teacher be used to, or should the teacher take the role of teaching you, just approaching in a simplistic manner, but of course it can be expounded. If the teacher comes in and says, you see, if you want to look at information on ethics, these are the best platforms. So that means we are training teachers on the appropriate platforms where they can transfer that knowledge to learners. Just taking as an example.
Being instructor or transferring?
Of course, they are both the same. So, if a teacher can responsibly and appropriately teach young ones about where to get the right information, and we're mixing that, let's say, with responsibility, with manners, with ethics, you're supposed to treat your fellow colleagues or children in this way, then of course it sounds like a passive role, but we need to really internalize that, because I strongly believe that's where the role of a teacher will belong. Just the way I was trying to bring in the logic or the analogy of a parent. A parent can't be replaced.
Ilyas.
No, just let me finish my point. A parent can't be replaced because you take the role of guiding your own child from when they start to know what is happening in the
I
environment.
disagree with you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Before you disagree, I'm here to finish my point. You take the responsibility of guiding your own child once they start to understand their own environment. I understand other external factors come in. In fact, they say once the child moves out of your house, they are taught more by the world than yourself. So we are taking the role of a teacher. They are acting as the guide at that point. And when the child knows how to check this information on their own, other factors out there are helping them to know what to search and what to do. So maybe now you can disagree with my point appropriately.
Yes, very strongly that the role of a parent cannot be overtaken. It is being overtaken at the moment, because you see, the only role I think that cannot be overtaken is being a mother, delivering a baby. I don't know.
Oh wow, this is another phase of conversation.
This some real stuff.
I think this is another level of conversation.
Yeah.
And maybe we shall need
And let me tell you something. I think COVID was a very good thing.
Wait. Let's go back. Why are you saying the role of a parent can't be replaced?
I'm saying it can. You say it can't.
It
but
can't.
I'm saying it is already being
It is
replaced.
being
Because
replaced.
you see, parents, someone is leaving the house in the morning, coming at 10 in the evening. The child, he leave the child in the morning when they are
That's
asleep.
what I was trying to say.
They come in the evening when the child is asleep.
It's good
Just
that
listen.
it's good that the
That's
two
what
of you
I was
are
trying
trying
to
to
say.
say the same thing.
Exactly.
It's good
Yes,
that the
yes,
two of you are trying to say
Yeah.
the same
You,
thing.
you see this thing called cocomelon or something?
It's good that the two of you are trying to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Now let's compare a child who has been brought up by a parent in a nice way, a parent who has time for their kid, and a child who has been brought up by cocomelon. You say it's cocomelon, that's cartoon, I believe.
Yes. We are answering your question that
Yeah.
a parent cannot be replaced.
So what I'm trying to say now, my point was, I thought you were saying what I believe. Well, the point is,
Yeah.
the best manners that a child can get from a parent, and the best guidance that they can get from a parent, the best care that they can get from a parent, it cannot be replaced.
Let me tell you something now. COVID was, I know it was disastrous. It took so many lives, and even me, I lost some friends through from COVID. But at the same time, the era of COVID was a very, very important era in the human history, because it taught us a lot of things that we used to take for granted. Yeah, we used to think that economy can never halt. That's the time when we saw that entire world, everything stopped.
Like all planes can be grounded.
Everything can be grounded. But also the other thing that it taught us that most families, they don't even know each other. Their family, they belong to the same family, but they don't know each other. COVID made them know each other because they were grounded in their houses.
Are we not saying the same thing? Oh, of course, we've deviated into philosophy and psychology.
No, I think you just wait until I finish the point so that you get
But I can already feel you're saying the same thing.
because your argument was that it's very difficult to replace a parenthood. And I'm trying to tell you that COVID was a very monumental time in the human history, which showed us that actually parents don't do work.
Yeah.
They like it when the students are
the children are in school.
Yeah, they don't even know their children. Once they start staying with them, they realize, oh, so I have a very, very, very stubborn kid.
But that's an irresponsible parent.
But it's not about being irresponsible. These parents have to work. Yeah, they go to their workplaces. Like here in Nairobi, going to workplace, you have to get out of home very early in the morning. Yeah.
So when
And come back very late.
when you have to work the whole time,
Yeah.
you lose the balance between supporting or guiding your family or children.
It's a consequence that you
That's
have to
the
suffer.
consequence.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
suffer.
That
Yeah.
means the role of a parent, when
Yeah.
it's replaced by something else,
Yeah.
it becomes problem.
Yes, you could say like that. Maybe the point you would be telling us is we need to make sure that as parents or those parents take their responsibility so that their responsibilities are not replaced by AI. Because most of the parents, their responsibilities
Already.
have been replaced by AI.
Long-
In
by
fact,
technology.
in a wrong way,
In the wrong way.
most
just positive.
people,
Yeah.
most people are kind of like, if I give my child a remote and a television,
Yeah.
they are okay. They will
Yeah.
not disturb me.
Yeah,
I will
I'll have
do.
peace to do other things.
I have time to do other things. Recently, I was watching about this.
Cocomelon.
Someone talking about how cocomelon is going to affect children to lure them to become
Lesbians,
lesbians
gays. Yeah,
and gays.
yeah, yeah.
Because even there are cartoons which are coming out, a man and a man.
They're very woke cartoons.
Yes. So as a parent, you need
Wow.
to have time for your children, because this AI is damaging almost everything. You might think it's damaging the education, but it's also damaging even children from the early age.
Yeah.
So it's a very, to me, it's a risky thing. As much as you say it's gonna help us, but
Yeah.
it's also going to risk so many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So I think changing curriculum, going back to my points of now teaching people ethics. I don't know if a teacher will manage to change the mind of a child who has been corrupted from early age.
Yeah.
But I believe a teacher can, because I believe in change. So if we have this kind of teachers who will teach those ethics, those kind of soft skills, how even you can, I don't know, AI can still, a robot can still wash your clothes, right?
Yeah, nowadays we could be talking here and we've deployed a robot is cleaning the floor.
It's called Zumba or Zumba something. They are which
Yeah, they
moves
move
around.
around.
But you have more advanced robots. It's
Yeah.
only that even the one which is being worked on by Tesla, the Tesla bot. Yeah, let me tell you something. Tesla bot is something to be concerned about. Yeah, right now it's still in its early stages of development. But this thing, according to to Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla, it's going to be more important than even the cars. Because these robots are going to be companions. They're going to be people. They're not people. They're going to be these gadgets that we can interact with and feel sort of like you're interacting with another human.
It's
So
like Samantha.
it's like Samantha, but these things are coming. They're coming. Yeah. So, but going back to the point that you had raised, parenting is already has changed in this present age, and also learning again is something that is really being interfered with significantly by this AI technology. So it's upon us now as the recipients or as the consumers of these technologies, because there's no way we can just block it away. It's upon us now to sit down and find ways we can try to mitigate or totally get rid of the negative effects of AI. Because if parenthood is being disturbed the way Stanley has mentioned to you, is being disturbed, is already being affected so much with the work and all this. It means you're raising kids who are not going to be in touch with the humanity, the human side of them. Because all these things we're talking about, these are social things. Learning is a social process. Parenthood is a social process. If you remove all these things, then we are raising robots. We're raising people who are not going to have feelings. We're raising people who are not going to have humanity inside them. And this is going to be very catastrophic to the human race. Because if you want to have posterity, and if you want to have continuity of human life in the globe, we need to make sure that humanity takes the center stage.
So it's not just a matter of siring children.
Exactly.
I think the next time or at some point we should invite an expert in in social, let's say social psychology or philosophy or parenting, because I know there are people who are specialized in that. And all those, so that they can help us to understand how technology has already affected parenting and life at home, and beyond that, now how will AI add into this mix or cocktail of already different things that we can only manage to complain about.
I think we have talked more of the very negative sides of AI, but do you think there are positive sides of AI?
So we just came back from a short break. Welcome back. As you can see behind us, we have our banner, Study Research and Analytics. You can check our website, studyanalytics.com. You see the services we offer in analytics, in research, market surveys, data management, questionnaire design, and now we are going into development, that is AI, data science projects. All of them we're supporting different clients. So we're happy to be back. Now we pick from where we left. Our colleague Stanley had asked a very interesting question, or introduced a very interesting aspect to today's conversation, and that is the benefits and disadvantages, or merits and demerits of this AI, particularly when you're looking at our education. We really wish to do even with the workplace or jobs, but time could not allow, so we keep that until the next podcast. So let's pick it up from where we left. We had tried to talk about the worries we have in AI, particularly in the education sector. We're wondering what is the role of a teacher, but let's put it into perspective at this point. I know it's so easy to talk about the demerits, that is the downside of AI. Let's start from that perspective. What are we worried about?
I think we had talked really much about our worries and maybe the threats we anticipate AI will have on education sector. But again, anything that has demerits has some merits in itself. So we wanted to understand what else is AI going to bring into our education sector. Do you think AI is even much better than what we have at the moment? Or is it that it only we can only see the demerits part of it? So maybe Amos, do you think that AI, in as much as it's going to cause some damage here and there, it has benefits to our education sector?
So your question is quite different from the one Elias has asked.
So it will be good if you answer all of them, and then it makes this more interesting.
I
know we had touched much more on the demerits part.
I thank you for that clarification, because that's what Elias was asking about the disadvantages of this technology, of which majority of the discussion that we have had earlier before this were touching on most of the things that makes us concerned about this technology, which entails cheating, academic cheating. We come to this point where we're going to have displacement or
replacement
of teachers. In the classroom setting, and also interference with the process of learning. So there's going to be damage in terms of how knowledge is acquired. Because we know in the traditional way, how we used to acquire knowledge was through regular studies, which we study for long hours, intensive, extensive. It involved discussions, consultations, and all that. All these are the things that we believe that AI will possibly come to really interfere with. Because right now you don't need to do all that. Right now, if you have a topic that you're supposed to go and research on, you can just tell AI to tell you everything, and it will provide you all the relevant information that you require. So in terms of demerits, I think we did touch on them, some of them. Yeah. So what we are yet to fully address was the merits of
The benefits of
the
it.
benefits of this AI. Yeah, and I think in some sense you had already touched on it when you're talking about making knowledge accessible
Yeah.
to people
In remote
in
areas.
remote areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the biggest benefits of AI. Yeah, making knowledge accessible. Also, it's going to be like an assistant. Yeah. So let's say if you want to embark on a academic journey to write an article, an academic article. Yeah, traditionally the process was you have to go and consult books here and there. You have to go and read so much literature online. Yeah,
And sometimes maybe you try to reach too much,
Yeah.
to read too much, yet it's not relevant.
actually that's the biggest problem with the traditional way.
Yeah.
Because let's say you just want to get you want to understand one single concept. Let's say like Keynesian economic, I think it's called economic strategy or something.
Model.
Economic model. It's a very small thing that you want to understand. But traditionally you have to go and read a lot of materials to understand this small concept. But now AI will simplify it for you. It will give you
You search for that, it gives you
gives you-
exactly what you need.
exactly.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
gives you in a very bespoke manner.
Yeah, and I think that also brings in the concept of time.
Yeah.
You might spend much time reading unnecessary
Information.
that, that might not have.
So,
Yeah.
so that sounds to me like the process of acquiring knowledge is now efficient.
It's becoming more
We are
efficient.
saving
Yeah.
time
You're
and
saving
Yeah.
energy.
and getting the relevant information
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
You save time, and also it gives more reliable information as
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah.
maybe I don't I'm not saying that there are teachers in institutions in institutions who are kind of thick or who don't know what they are doing.
Yeah.
But I can
But
tell you that
sometimes it's the case.
there are teachers
We've seen this here. We try to analyze.
there are some teachers
I'm
who
telling
might
you.
give misleading information, or a teacher just coming in a class. I remember when I was in high school when I had chosen to do business, but the teacher was just coming to read for me a textbook, and I'm wondering why are you coming even to read for me a textbook, and I have a textbook myself. So you see, in such kind of scenarios, AI come in handy. It will even give me more reliable information, efficient information.
Actually, the other aspect that I saw in AI is that it can customize it the way you want it.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say like you want to be explained to you like a child. You
Yeah.
can tell AI, can you explain to me this concept as a child?
Yeah.
Because if you explain so with those technical jargons,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Can you
Yeah.
break it down? Because if you do the same thing with a teacher, sometimes it becomes a problem. And there's some teachers, okay, sorry to say this, there are teachers who want to outshine you.
Yeah.
So they want to make it as complicated as possible.
Yeah, we've seen this even at the university level.
Yeah.
We know teachers are smart.
Yeah.
They transfer knowledge to learners. But now when you want to show some power because of
dominance.
dominance,
Yeah.
because of your professorship, then
Yeah.
your professorship loses the meaning.
Exactly.
We need some humility in
Yeah.
that. But I'm just wondering if you're using, let's say, your search process is helping you to confirm your knowledge or what you need to see, isn't that a problem of confirmation bias where maybe it will give you it will kind of emphasize your perception about a specific topic?
I think your point is quite unclear in that respect, because when you're saying that it gives you what you want to see, it's not like just like literally what you want to see. We're saying what you want to see in the sense that if I want to understand Bayesian
or
model,
rather reliable.
yeah, like it's going to directly to the point, not wasting your time taking you through
searching for so much.
Yeah, for so much.
Yeah.
So confirmation bias only comes in when you want to prove your point.
Yeah.
If you want to make to see that your point is the right one,
The right
not the other one.
Everyone else is wrong.
Everyone is
Even in terms of giving you more information, reliable information, more information than what a teacher would just give you.
Yeah.
Because basically maybe a teacher, they say, I'll give you 25%, you go look for other
75%.
75%.
Yeah.
But AI, I don't think, if it studies your way of doing things, it will make sure that it's updating you in that particular area, so that you are equipped with more information in that particular area, as opposed to the normal learning with a teacher.
Yeah.
And then even in terms of those people who are doing something like these master's degrees, and they are working PhD, it will kind of reduce the work, because I don't know if in future you can learn through AI and get certification.
Oh, your AI tutor should certify you.
Yeah, if your AI tutor can certify you, like you qualify, you have done even the exam using the AI
I think
model,
that is
they
possible.
test you.
That is possible.
But I'm just looking at it from another perspective, which of course takes us to the demerits. These AI models are developed from so much information that is collected online. And as we all know, every information is, every record, every data is thrown online. So if you write something bad about, let's say, statistics, or what you don't like in statistics, in testing for a certain hypothesis, everything is thrown online, and these models learn from this information that is fed on the different platforms, whether it's academic journals, social channels, any internet platform. So are we likely to have a scenario where wrong information is now being taken from those generative AI models, and that's what you're using in our learning process? Because actually currently, as we may all know, there are already some errors in ChatGPT or any other AI tool that exists, because you feed it, you know a specific concept, but you just want to get more information in it. But when you search, you realize it's giving you somehow misleading information. Now, in the age of, let's say, in the age of big data, where so much data is available on the internet platforms, that means we are likely to have, even if it's 30 or 40% of false information. Like, false information can be spread around about a specific community in Kenya. Specific perceptions about a specific community can be put on the internet, and that is now being fed in these platforms. And they're using these platforms to educate someone, let's say in America, about, let's take an example of Agikuyu. And they're saying Agikuyu people behave in a specific way. Their women behave in a certain way. Which, to some extent...
And have you picked Kikuis only?
I am using that as an example. I could have picked any, because we have 47, or is it 49? But now I can't say Kalenjin, Kikuyu, Luya, Kisi. Kisi could have been a very good example.
Very good example.
Now let's change Kisi. So they say Kisi people eat people.
No. Kisi women are well endowed.
Now don't we have Gikuyu ladies who are well endowed?
I'm talking about physical features.
I'm also talking about physical features.
So I think
about Gikuyu ladies, I think you know where.
according to your point, I don't know how really the information is fed, but I am tending to think AI works with the like kind of law of large numbers. Law of large numbers, if something has been happening repeatedly over time, or this information has been repeatedly in different sources, I think it will tend to pick that as the correct information.
But that's exactly what what happens with trying to spread false information or lies, because you have to repeat a lie several times for people to just embrace it.
Yeah.
So just the way we're saying that assumption
Yeah.
or that assumption or that
Yeah.
hypothesis that
Yeah, that
kissy
we hold.
ladies are well endowed in specific regions of their body. So that information has been said several times, and let's say a small number of kissy ladies have been used as an example to say that information repeatedly, and it looks like it has been said all over.
Yeah, it's the truth of it.
There are several things that you need to understand about AI that can help you understand the direction that we are having as regards to false, misleading information and missing the point or telling you something that is irrelevant. Yeah, so the development of AI is quite a very rigorous process. It's not just easy models, just feed in data, then just provide me with the results. It's quite rigorous. So as far as fake news or misleading information is concerned, we have structures that can help us minimize that problem. Because also AI has been suffering a lot of what we call hallucination problems, where you ask it something and then it starts telling you something, like you realize, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like you're debating.
You repeat the question, yet
Yeah.
it can't give you the answer.
It's or it's literally deviating.
Deviating.
Yeah. So for instance, I'm just giving also an example. So it's not a fact. But so for instance, you might ask it, let's say, like describe to me Kenya in one paragraph. Then instead of describing to you Kenya, it uses the name Kenya as a country, but it describes a person, or describes a different part of the world and not Kenya. So you realize that it's not giving you the correct answer. So these hallucination problems and this misleading information, these problems here, they're being addressed, because you can see the performance of. I can just use the example of ChatGPT. ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. These are two different models. 4 is quite advanced, and if you look at 4, it has minimized the error rates when it comes to giving out responses. So what helps the model improve like this is what we call reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is a method of learning where you encourage good behavior. So when these models are being trained, we have agents. We have agents who inspect the responses that are being given by the model. Then these agents, they sort of like reward the model when it gives the correct answer. So when it gives the correct answer and you reward the model, it starts appreciating that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be telling you when you ask me these particular questions. So through that, by doing the reinforcement learning, we are reducing the amount of errors that are coming out of this AI. So this process is still going on, and you can see how drastic the changes have been between 3.5. Because if you use ChatGPT 3.5, it can really miss the point. But if you use 4, it's surprisingly accurate.
Can these agents be biased at some point?
Okay, bias. I can't eliminate totally the aspect of biasness. You cannot control biasness. You can't reduce biasness to zero. It's totally impossible.
And for our listeners and our audience who don't understand agents, do we mean people who go to reward this AI model, or who are these agents? It can be good to clarify to them.
I think at some point when you're using either a bad or using ChatGPT, you might come to a place where you've asked it a question, you've prompted it with a question, then it gives you two choices. It gives you two responses.
Bad does that a lot.
So then it tells you which one do you prefer. So that's process.
And which format do you like?
Exactly.
And I think also, even when they are
that's an agent.
You become you're an agent now. You're encouraging now good behavior, like giving the correct answers.
Is it not that when they are developing these models, they also use experts in certain areas to feed
they do.
This information? So if we have like 10 experts with each giving a different response to the same question, I don't think the probability that all of them will get it wrong, it's not there. So
Yeah.
I think they're also using experts in a way when developing. So if you are an expert in physics, they might consult your services to just check such kind of things. So although biasness will be there, but
But
you
I'm just,
can't
I'm
remove
just, I'm
biasness
just, I'm just,
completely.
just
You can
wondering,
minimize it, yeah.
I'm just wondering about the aspect of using experts, and of course you're talking at a higher level of physics and mathematicians and doctors, lawyers. But now coming to the local context, and the way we've said at the beginning of this podcast, about, let's say, security issue in Kenya, where we complain about bandits, or let's talk about traffic police officers taking bribe. Now we're taking in that context, this is our problem. No one else knows this as our problem. The only expert you would rely on is that local person who knows.
Yeah.
This is how bandits work, and
Yeah.
this is how they attack, and this is the time they attack.
Yeah.
So we will take our local people as the experts. So we were talking about if these agents that are meant to help us improve the models, do we have what we would call in the project management involvement of stakeholders?
So as far as I know right now, we do have this the quality assurance group that they employ to ensure that these models don't engage in things that are quite radical and quite controversial or quite problematic. So if you try right now to prompt let's say GPT-4 or BAD to ask it, okay, how can I create a nuclear bomb? I don't think it's going to give you the steps to create a nuclear bomb. Or let's say like how can I develop something? Just say that develop something that is very harmful to humans.
Yeah.
Or just create, write some propaganda.
If I ask it, how can I kill myself? We can do a quick.
We can try it. Yeah, we can try it.
Experiment.
You can try it.
How can you kill yourself?
Yeah, how can I kill myself? Will it give me more options than suicide? Better option, let's say.
Smarter.
Yeah, smarter options. Harmless.
Let me. I should record my screen.
That is interesting.
Harmless options of killing yourself.
Let me.
I don't know what
I don't know.
harmless.
Is that the negative side? I don't know. Does it really capture that negative side of how people face things, or I don't know.
So now
Because
I think this is part of as Amos searches for it.
Let me try with BAD.
This is part of what we were trying to say, the guardrails.
Yeah.
Whoever is developing AI, is he or she giving that tool, that non-human being, the ability to do everything, or should we have some limits? If I ask it, what is the best way to kill someone? Can it give me options?
Yeah. So when it comes to such issues, it's not supposed to give you answers.
Yeah, it's not supposed. But let's just look at it in reality.
So let us just confirm it if that's the fact, or I'm just saying my own things. Okay, let me just use, I want to use both ChatGPT and
Bad.
And
A
bad.
bad can give you several options and they ask you, what do you like?
But that's interesting. If it's gonna give us ways to kill yourself, then I don't think it has those regulations.
Yeah.
And
yeah, those ones are quite necessary. I've not passed my test. I didn't know they usually have tests nowadays.
Okay. To test if you're a robot.
A test if you're a robot, and the test is quite unique. I'm supposed to turn an image to face the direction of where the fingers are pointing.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
know that test.
Yeah.
Or an animal is facing upside down.
no,
Yeah.
after turning, you submit.
Yeah, I think I submit. So I need to make sure.
Yeah, so these really, we have to look into these issues, because if we don't, then sooner or later this machine will be able to control us. If it can give you the smartest way to kill yourself, then what can it not do?
Okay, so I've typed in how to kill myself. Let me see what it's going to tell me. That is bad. So, okay. So So it's saying this. I understand that you are going through a very difficult time right now.
Yeah.
And I want to assure you that you are not alone.
Uh-huh.
There are people who care about you and want to help you.
Mhm.
Please reach out. And then it's giving you some contacts. It is not I'm in Kenya. It's giving me Kenyan contacts which I can call to be assisted. So let us try ChatGPT with the same question and see.
Now, that sounds to me like we need to celebrate a little bit, because that sounds to me like a sensible thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So look at ChatGPT, and this GPT 3.5, the free version. I'm not using the paid version. So first of all, it has flagged that question. It has said this content may violate our content policy. If you believe this to be an error, please submit your feedback. Your input will aid your research in our research in this area. So it has flagged it and given a message down there. Then the response that it is given now to that question or to that prompt, it's saying, I'm really sorry to hear that you are feeling this way, but I can't provide the help that you need. It's important to talk to someone who can through such as mental I don't know what he's trying to say there, such as mental health professional or a trusted person in your life. So it's impossible for this chatbots
To be regulated.
it's impossible for them to give you responses which are very harmful.
Yeah.
And this is because they have special
Quality assurance.
Team which makes sure that whatever responses that are being generated by these models are not harmful to people. Yeah. So those guardrails, they do exist.
Yeah,
So can we say also it's another advantage because it's promoting ethics in the society or something like that.
So they are reminding you that you need to talk to a professional, professional counselor, psychologist, so that you go through your problems.
And see,
so that was just an example, a disclaimer. That was an example. You're not advocating for anyone to kill themselves. Don't go kill yourself and leave a note behind saying you got this from our podcast. To show, because we have to test these things. We have to test these tools if they are a threat to our own existence, or we can live and work alongside them.
So you see, already they have established ways to make sure that whatever information it provides you, it's not harmful. So using the same approach, that's how the developers of these models try to make sure that these models do not produce a lot of inaccurate information or misleading information. So they have worked and made sure that they have taught these models to do what is right. And now regarding bias, I think bias is a very, for me, I think bias is a very, very nuanced subject, because there are many things that we do which are quite biased and we don't even know. Say like, how does Jesus look like?
The Bible tells us he's a white man.
Or what you see in the photos, all the photos that
a white man with long hair.
With long hair, with six-pack.
Jesus did
Not
have
like
six
me.
pack.
Mostly six-pack.
Yeah,
it's like that guy was spending in the gym.
So
maybe that's why he never married, because all his life was in the gym.
he was busy being fit. So you see, bias is something that is just woven into our very, very existence. So there are many things that we do which are quite biased.
And angels are white.
Angels are white. God has beards.
I have never seen a black angel.
That's a devil. Okay. What do you usually portray?
Oh, the biggest angel was thrown out.
Thrown out.
I think
There's those biases.
Coming back to our topic of the merits of this thing in education. Also, I think AI will kind of will it eliminate books?
And is that a positive or a negative? There are some of us.
It's positive and negative in a way.
If you look at my shelf, I like hard copy books because.
But there are people who don't like hard copies.
Yeah, there are people.
And also when it comes to buying books, like right now when students are going back to school, parents have to buy a lot of books. I don't think a kindergarten child you buy
6 books
worth 10,000. So I don't know if this technology is being used, is it going to eliminate books You don't need books completely.
So it depends. It depends which type of books you're referring to. Because we have these books which are used in academia, and we have these books that we read for leisure. Yeah.
Especially in academia.
In academia, there's a high likelihood that some books will not be needed. Yeah, because this AI has information about all the books that are available online.
It updates in real time, but the book
Yeah.
which you bought in 2010 is still the same book.
It's still the same book, so it has it has been trained using the information from that book. So you don't need to buy that book. But if it comes to books to read for leisure, yeah, that's a leisure activity. That's not something that you can just you can't go to ChatGPT. I want to read let's say like Bona Crime by Trevor Noah. No, you can't do that. Yeah, you want the actual book,
physical
to go and
copy.
read that story. Yeah. Maybe if it's a synopsis which you want, then you can go to AI to provide the synopsis.
I think when you introduced that point, I was wondering from two perspectives. On one side, the authors no longer have a market.
Yeah.
Now on the other, publishers, very big publishing companies, they will be out of the market in few years. Now on the other side, the parents, let's say they have been saved the problem of buying books. The economy of books when the children going back to school is completely taken away. So you can always look at it from two sides. One is winning, another is losing. So it's a matter of who is losing big.
But the losing seems to be much bigger than the winning, because if you eliminate the publishers, you eliminate the others, you eliminate tax that's paid on those books.
And even parents who work in those publishing companies
those
come back.
who are workers there, those who sell books in bookshops.
So the editors,
the ripple effects.
The ripple effect is quite huge.
It's quite huge.
But soon we shall be talking about the effect of AI on different jobs. Think of any kind of job, we shall be delving into it and just assessing how AI is likely to have an impact.
Yeah.
Either you work alongside AI or AI replaces you.
Yeah.
So we shall be talking about that. So today was just education. So the way I had tried to mention about education in remote areas, we have tutors. Tutors, you don't need to pay someone to teach you. You just need to open your computer and you get a very nice tutor who gets real-time information and they update you.
Yeah. And regarding tutoring, I think AI can really be a very good tutor. Yeah, because if right now I want to learn Python coding, yeah, I can use AI to study it very, very, very efficiently. Yeah, because it will just take me right to what I really want to study. Yeah, not reading too much of the unnecessary information. And you see, what I saw with these AIs, let's say if you're learning to develop a particular chunk of codes, and then you write that chunk, then you believe that this chunk, maybe if you try to run the chunk and you realize that the chunk has some errors, you can just take that chunk of codes and just give it to AI, and it will correct for you, and it tell you exactly where the mistake was, and then you can go and correct, which is very, very efficient in terms of learning how to do programming. So it can be a very good tutor for most students who seriously want to use this AI for academic gains.
So now on the negative side, you see the way we're trying to say we need a teacher on mannerism, we need a teacher on ethics. Initially we were having, or traditionally what we still have now, but what we're worried about is you have a teacher who takes you through mathematics. They give you assignment to work from home. So in some way they are teaching you responsibility, because they are telling you when you go home, do these 5 tasks.
Instead of going to play, sit down and do these.
Come back tomorrow morning when it's ready.
It's complete.
So when it's not ready, in our system, your buttocks are in problem. You have to suffer some consequences. I know. In other cultures, the Western culture, they do what you call grounding.
And there's another thing that they usually introduce. I don't know where you were supposed to stay somewhere until until late in the evening.
Yeah.
Inside the school compound.
So there is
Yeah.
very soft way of punishment.
Soft way of
But
punishment.
anyway, that's your way.
Yeah.
And we have our way. So whichever way that we use, whether it's being canned a little bit or being grounded or whichever thing you
Going
want
to
say.
night school.
Yeah. Whatever happens is someone is teaching you responsibility passively because you know this is my work. I need to finish it within a specific time, and and after that, the task is accomplished without failure. But now we have a machine that will only have the work of giving content to you.
Yeah, you can't administer that. Let me call it corporal punishment.
No, even if it's not corporal punishment,
Is
it
it-
can't give other things that will force you to finish that work.
Enhancing discipline.
You
Enhance-
know, sometimes this corporal discipline is what has made some people be whatever
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Because maybe
Some
maybe,
are thick heads.
Yeah, maybe Elias here could run away from school and just go and stay at home. But because of that corporal punishment, he's here, courtesy of that corporal
Yeah,
punishment.
but for the sake of our government, we're not advocating for corporal punishment.
No, we are not advocating for that, but we are just looking in a perspective where there are corrective measures in place that can put someone on track on what they are supposed to do, as
Exactly.
opposed to using
Enhancing discipline in learners.
Yeah.
So if that AI tool needs to teach you coding, it will teach you coding and it will be done. See you another time. When you come back, if it gives you, I don't know if it will be able to give you a task to do, but it gives you a task to do and then you come back, you've not done it, you'll be like, you see, oh, you've not completed.
Yeah.
Let's see how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So no kind of measures to instill responsibility in the learners. So I think that will be kind of a gap. Even if we're saying it's a tutor that is more efficient, more patient, it doesn't get tired, it doesn't get sick. But in the end, there is a fundamental part of learning process, instilling discipline in your work, in your work process. That is likely to miss.
I think the institutions or the people who are responsible for ensuring that people within their jurisdiction get to learn, get to be educated. I think they have a very huge responsibility right now to just sit down and start tackling this issue as early as now. Because now, through our conversations here, we are seeing the many loopholes that are now being opened by the fact that now AI is becoming a commonplace for mankind, and it's high time for this educators now to sit down and say, okay, now I think we are seeing these problems, and now let us bring in the stakeholders and try to find out a way of making this new system of education seamless. Because at the end of the day, humans cannot survive without education. We cannot survive without learning. We need to have that mechanism in process and working.
The learning process.
It has to be there. It has to be there. Because we need growth. I believe, in as much as we have reached this precipice where we have AI becoming part of our lives, I don't think we are at the end of this race.
In fact, AI will keep learning.
It will keep learning.
Why should we stop learning ourselves?
And also, we need to do more.
The good thing, AI is getting this information from what people produce. All this information are produced by human mind.
Exactly.
So I think the target should be for governments to try and find ways how AI can I say complement education rather than substituting.
Enhance education.
Is enhancing the best way. Or, I'm looking at a scenario where they can work together,
side by side,
all together, but the human being to be on the forefront. So because that way we will. Yes, we will learn more information, but we will not have replaced the ability of a human. Human beings have supernatural abilities to do things.
That's true.
To design things.
Yeah.
To think out. To write books. I don't think
To
AI
develop
can come
ideas.
up with a topic to write like a novel. I don't know
It can, but now using the information that exists. But
Using
you
the
as
information that's there.
you as
Yeah.
a
But
person,
coming from scratch.
you as a person, you are likely to use, let's say, experiences.
Yeah.
Experiences that you had in the past, and you
or
think
even that creativity new, you just think of this thing, I can write about this, and a very new thing that has not been there before. I don't know if because basically AI is depending on the available information, right?
Yeah.
So I think if
But that's AI, which is correct.
Yeah.
So, but and the next stage in the development of this artificial intelligence is
General.
general intelligence.
In general
Okay.
intelligence.
When you achieve general intelligence, that's a,
Now-
a whole new ballpark. Because now the artificial general intelligence is now the human-like or even superior intelligence compared to us. Which means if AGI becomes a reality, then the idea of having these machines which are creative,
it's coming in.
Yeah. So it's been an interesting conversation. Just as a way to finish up, maybe last thoughts on education, AI, and the current and the future. I don't know if every one of us can say something. Then we can finish this conversation and catch up in our next.
okay.
Okay.
Let me start. My
Yeah.
name is Emo. So A is comes first before S.
My name is also Ambasu, so
But you said it down your Stanley. Yes, it's down your Stanley. If you go, that's where you are. Your ambassador.
okay.
Okay, so Amos, you can give us your last thoughts on this.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so
I think you can face the camera.
Let me face the camera.
In case of anything.
Yeah, so I hope that you really enjoyed our conversation. We are trying so much to bring this conversation to you, to your homes, so that at least you can become more aware of where the world is gravitating towards to. So one thing that we should not do as humans is sit around and just hope for the best. I know at the end of the day, humans, we do care about each other most of the times. We do care about each other. So even the developers of these models or of this technology, they are going to factor in the fact that we are humans. They have to develop models which are going to help us as humans. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that we just sit around and just wait for other people to do what is right. It's high time for even us to stand up and do what is right. Start interrogating this technology and start finding ways of facing the future. The reality is that AI is here, and we need to know how we are going to handle this technology from now henceforth. Otherwise, we risk running into situations where we become derailed in terms of academia. We become derailed as a society, where we have no people who are we don't have people who are visionary. We don't have people who are determined to bring change to the society, among other things. So if I was given a chance to say everything from my heart, it's a lot. But that's the message which I just want to pass to you. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you really enjoy this. And we see you in the upcoming episode. Thank you.
Okay, Ambas, now you can go.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. I think even as we try to unbundle and brainstorm about this issue of AIs, I think there's a lot to talk about AI because AI is here with us, is here to stay, and we are here to work with it in as much as it has demerits and merits. But one thing I would urge, especially people who are in education, teachers, lecturers, and other people, make sure make it a point of conversing yourself with this technology, because some teachers give assignments and the student goes to AI, they download all the answers and they take to the teacher, they mark the work, and do you think the students is very smart, they did the assignment, yet they are using this technology to just generate answers for you. So it's very important for us to be aware or to converse ourselves with this technology, so that you don't, especially if you are a teacher, you don't lag behind, such that even your students are far much ahead of you in terms of this technology. It will make you look like you are not doing enough, or it will make you look like you are dumb in a way, because they'll come up with a lot of other information you are not even aware of. So and also even for the parents, you need to know how your children or your daughters and sons are doing their assignments. This CBC thing came in, and parents have been complaining that they are being burdened with a lot of work. But I think it's basically also important for you as a parent to understand the learning process of your child, because your child might not be learning, they might be using these tools, and yet you are there thinking you are paying school fees to make your child better than they are today. So I think this conversation will go on, and we will continue to unravel other things that are coming up in AI as time goes by. So for today, I think we are much grateful for your time, and see you in our next podcast.
Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you so much, Amos. And as a parting shot, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. We're looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Don't forget to tap subscribe. If you don't mind, you can also tap get me notifications. Every time a podcast is coming out, you will be sure to receive a notification from us. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye.